This conference will now be
Morning, all.
recorded.
This is Fatty Hemsey. It's September 8th. No, stop that. Stop.
This conference will now be
Good morning.
recorded.
This is Fatty Hemsey. It's March 8th, 2021. In 1992, no, 93, tomorrow was the first day I made money on futures. I had started, I think, the week before, but there was a non-farm in there. And I think it started on the 3rd. The 4th was a non-farm. Yeah. I lost 10% on that day. It was really bad. It was bond futures. I had no clue. I had no clue what bond futures were. Why do I bring this up? Over the weekend, a friend of mine asked me about initial jobless claims and non-farm payroll. I suggested you read a little bit about economic calendar. We always do it here. We go over it often here. So educating yourself is crucial. And for me, it's even more crucial now. I mean, every day I'm learning something new. So this is such a complex market. All right, let's get started here. A couple of quick announcements. We're trying to do these in transformation of a PMT. We're trying to do 3 of these a week. I'm sorry, last week I had a really a bad cold on Wednesday. It got to a point where I thought I should just go and get a COVID test just in case. And of course, spent 4 hours having an appointment. Having my GP get me an appointment, go there, but still wait 4 hours to get through. The problem wasn't the 4 hours. The problem was the characters around you. Yeah. Well, just the cars around you could see the people, but the way the cars. But yeah. Well, Tico was alarmed. So when Tico gets alarmed, you could see. Yeah. Something is up. Anyhow, that was done. The results were negative, and we're grateful. But because of this other variants are coming in, I need to be extra careful in Florida. Anyhow, please wear the mask and wear a double mask. Number 2, so on Wednesdays we're going to do open session. That means that we're going to hit the MSA, we're going to hit the Twitter very quickly and say, come on in. Same link, nothing's going to change. Come on in. Okay. We're not going to post any trades here. This is just going to be a market review, just mainly what we need to know at the econ calendar and so forth. What we need to prepare ourselves, okay, for the day. And a little bit of a talk on what we've done with OTF. I've done an interesting project with OTF. It's nowhere close, but that's to do with agriculture. And I'm doing it for a VIP person, but I'm just it's too early for me to tell if it's got any success or not. It's early, but sure, there's a lot of work in Excel. So, and then what else I was going to tell you? Is there anything else I need to tell you? Release wise. This one quickly. This one, okay. The bubbles plus the ATR dots will probably go out this week. I think we're ready. And I'll go out to the export package. We finally decided it should go to the export package. It's an offshoot of what bubbles were doing before, but now you got the ATRs on top of it. Okay. If you are a pro package for Happy, you get this thing grandfathered in for this year anyway. So no need to do anything different. Yeah. Oh, we are raising the prices slightly. We already did the PMT. We haven't done the export. We'll do that. That's because of our 20-year. February 1st was our 20th year of having the URL. 20, yeah, not the code. The first code was in October of '99 when the put call started, but the URL, that's .com, mznx.com, was on February 1st. We haven't had a chance to do anything on that. We're going to do a promo on that. We did raise our price because we also got timer of the decade, stock market timer of the decade. But we're going to give you a few days off with a special link, okay? But so it's going to impact PMT Pro, and it's going to impact Happy Expert, this new indicator, okay? Having said that, let's get this show on the road. Econ calendar. All right. Excuse me. Second week of the month. Sorry, second week of the month. Nothing today. Nothing happens on Mondays usually anyway. You got whole facility inventories, but look at it's black, it's not even green. There's of importance. Some auctions. I don't know what the hell that is. We're getting too many indices, just like ETFs. Robert Kaplan is speaking tomorrow at 6 p.m. Kaplan runs Dallas. Very smart cookie. Big number CPI on Wednesday. And EIA. Let's see what they got here on them CPI expectation. Hold on. Very quickly. Month to month 0.4. That's a 5% rise. That's not a joke. But muted overall for the year because we have so many months that were negative. The trailing 12 months, remember. If you want to talk about numbers, you got to understand how numbers work and how they impact each other, including moving averages and estimates and so forth. So, or when you get into inflection point, you go into a peak and then it just reverses back hard. So you get some of those. You got to get in that lingo. Jobless claim is Thursday. It was just a tad lower last week. They're speaking a little bit lower here, and we shall see. Okay. Too early. Yeah. Still, the numbers are too high, in my opinion. Fed balance sheet, and then you have PPI and consumer sentiment. Nothing else on Friday. Who cares about the count now? Even though oil has done really well. Oil did traded the J21, which is the lead contract. Let's see. Is that how do we? Okay, it's trading at 65.91. Trade as high as 68. Yeah. So the excuse me, not much for integrated oil, but for wildcatters and drillers, this is a big thing. Yeah, this is a big thing, and of course for frackers. Excuse me. So that's what the PPI is looking for, 0.4, and then the ex-food and energy, 2.5%. Yeah, that puts us in line with what the Fed is looking for. All right. Okay, moving forward. Let's look at PMT charts quickly. Excuse me. Morning, Robbie. Morning, Robert. 1 sec, please. Again, if you missed the opening, once we post it, please take a look at the early part of the webinar here on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, wait a second. Where is that? Right here. This is our YouTube channel. If you go there, that's what you get. Okay. Actually, I don't know. The show it might be differently, but that's what I see. It's on YouTube. YouTube, and it's linked on our also. It is also linked on our homepage. Right, our videos right there. This is what you see. There you go. Sorry. Yeah. Well, maybe it's the same. I don't know. Maybe because you notice I'm logged in. Sorry about that. Yeah, but that's how you get it. Okay. What happened here? What happened Friday? Well, numbers came very strong on a non-farm payroll. Look at chart-wise. We were beyond -3 sigma. That's it. Absolute flush of the week longs. It doesn't mean we can't fall further, but at least means that in this leg we've cleaned up a lot of excess. It's good for the market. It is. And look what our readings we have. We have -74. Of course, NASDAQ is really not faring well here. It's just getting hammered. Look at that read there. That was, hold on, let me see. I want to see what that value was. 372. Typically, that's a launch pad. Typically, it's a launch pad. So we may dabble on some cues. We'll see for an option room. Yeah. I got to talk to Mark Caffrey. Okay. Yeah. Of the option room, people, there's nobody here. I don't have Jude and Mark. Parker is not in. Larry. Nancy is not in. Susie is not in. And Capri's not in. Oh, all right. Very, very popular room. Yeah, sure. Okay. We begin to pull up a tad. As this has gone softer, kind of a little bit flat, but not much. That's 2 days does not make a statistic. Excuse me, on breath first. Excuse me. All right. Let's go to the trenders. A strong showing by uh, uh, transportation. That's very, very good. Very strong showing. Also notice, sorry, we have not dropped much in transportation during this havoc. During this drop that you see like on text, not here, we still have to deliver their products, but and also this is being pushed up because rise in oil prices. There's actually, believe it or not, early on, when the oil prices rise, just like interest rates, early on, that's positive for the market. That says the conditions are changing. When it persists and gets much higher in terms of interest rate or oil prices or both, then you have a larger taxing of your P&L statement at the company level, each of the components of transportation index. So we're going to see that deterioration. Right now, so far, the quote unquote bad bad news by oil price or interest rates change is actually helping transportation index. And let's see how this week will work out. But we're almost about to make all-time high there, which this tells me this should turn around and go back up. We'll see. But that's what I'm expecting here. Okay, the trenders, 1, 2, negative, almost 3 there for a moment, but 2 negative so far. I'm sorry, this is positive, so just 1. But that's fairly close. This is fairly close, so we'll see. I'm glad we're away from this craziness, this 40% stuff, because that's really, really dangerous up there. Or this one, see how that was. It's just so much differential between the latest value, the last price, quote unquote, and it's a 200-day moving average, right? SP1 Momo, SP1 is back to a very tight range there of travel at 1 sigma. Momo is neutral, so no signal here. We're not getting much of a high readings on the 52 weeks highs and lows on the S&P, pure S&P. Yes, on the weekly we have a sell there, a tiny bit sell there. On the CI, the trend following system, this is called Hornet. The Hornet system is on the short here. Okay. Just remember, by the way, that B-21 Raiders, not this one, but B-25 Mitchell Raiders under command of Lieutenant Colonel Doolittle. They took off. Of hold on. Of what am I doing wrong here? Of why it's not going there? Hold on, that's other than this one. There we go. I took off of the USS Hornet when they went for a bombing run of Tokyo. Yeah, 16 of them. And they knew they weren't coming back. They were going to land in China if they could make it that far. Yeah. Okay, what's wrong here? We don't know. Hold on. Come on, Murray. All right, let's talk about VIX here. This is the oil index. Something's going on with it. I'm sorry about my coughing. It feels like something is stuck there. This is today. It's come down a tad. Outside bar. No, that makes it. No, this was outside bar. You gotta get a dot to see outside bar. Fairly close to. Big range on Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah, signal level, but still, I think we're too high. Still too high up on 26. Why are we having a problem here? I have no clue. Let's take a look at symbols quickly. April. We're in March. So does this go to K? I don't think so. We'll take a look before we change anything. Yeah, there it comes. There we go. There's your K. All right. I'll say J. J is trading 65.75. That's a J right now. Yeah, that's the correct one. Yeah, no, the OTF looks right too. Okay, good. SQ. I know some of you have been asking me about that. Friday afternoon, I had to call on SQ. It's trading about 136. Of course, I didn't know that. Last close was at 137 day before. 136 is 135.9 was the close. As you know, this comes at about an hour after the close. So by the time I chatted with that gentleman, I did not have this read. But my diagnosis was the same. That is, the signal was here. And we were beginning to see some of that result. But that signal was not very high. It wasn't at 4 sigma and near up here, which is all-time high at 159, or at least 150, which is a design limit. Did not make that. Okay, and therefore, to me, where I come from, this may have played out. Partially in that bias is the fact that fundamentals still look very, very strong. We have a pent-up demand, a lot of vaccines. I think people are just also understanding what the difference it makes when you have adults in the room. And that's run by data and science, right? That personal or ambitious plans or opinions. You gotta get rid of your opinions. I'm mentoring a couple of guys here in the market, and one of the key things I'm trying to remind them is that if you're coming in with an opinion, you're gonna lose. And they're just freaking out. Like, what do you mean? I spent so much time figuring out what the market is supposed to do. I said, well, don't. Market's not gonna listen to you. And you're not that experienced. You think you are. It's be a while before you figure out. It'll be probably 5-10 years before you realize how unexperienced you are. I feel it every day today that I need more experience, believe it or not. So get rid of the bias and take a look at what the data is saying. This data is kind of muted here. If we had a little bit higher reading, we probably would have been a lot lower now, but we're not. So going forward, I think a lot looks good. Look at transportation data. Look at Russell. They'll give you clues. Why? That's a vote of people. A trade is people voting with their pocketbook. When it adds up, becomes a minute bar. Then becomes a 5-minute bar, hourly, whatever. As it moves forward, now you get a cumulative trade in front of you, which is this bar. This one bar. That one bar is a lot of voting, a lot of trades, a lot of dollars, billions and billions of spent there to get there. That is saying something to you and we both need to listen. So that's my thinking here. And I'll wait to be proven wrong. But until then, I think that's what I think we're heading forward. Interest rates are not that high. The people who are trying to sell, this is the excuse they're giving it. At the margin, the interest expense differential for a decent company balance sheet is not warranting this kind of sell-off. This is just an excuse people trying to sell. Because they've had gains. They want to book some gains. Yeah. So let's go to TD. We're neutral at 49. That's fair. I don't have any problem with that. We're at 50 bar. We're even below 0.6, which is 20 bar, right? 20 bar, 50, 200. So yeah, I'll buy that as neutral. Our stock RSI is saying, yeah, we were approached near a rendezvous point. We probably pull up. That means that they may rendezvous up here. That is very neutral, still very soft. Not a huge, not even that one, but something like this. This was a good sell-off. Of course, that puts us in September. Yeah, this was a good sell-off. You got the rendezvous points all in the very, very low area. Vis-a-vis, let's say, overbought, somewhat of overbought up here, so we're not there yet. 310, we're running. Let me make sure we're good here again. It just sometimes throws me off. Okay, we're running long March, short June. Yes, that's still good. Why? We're just starting. By the way, this week, calendar-wise, this week on the 11th, we're the CME rolls to the M contract, the June contract. Okay, we roll on day after for OTF. So we're not gonna on the 11th. We're still gonna trade the H contract. On the 12th, we're gonna start M. Why? That's to do with block pools. The block pools are not showing up until about 12. There's some, but not enough. There's more on 11. So and we watch them. We start putting in there the symbol here. Here's your edge. So I'll put a. This is what I do. ESM21. Put that in there. Why do I do that? Because I want to read what this volume. Hold on. Yeah, what this volume is. Okay. Yeah, and then until it takes over, we're not gonna go to the other one. That typically happens early morning of Friday, either a little bit pre-open or right after the open. I think even nighttime still would be a edge contract on a Thursday night. But I would warn you to trade it that way because if you get caught, and you sit down, you decide to sit, then the charts are going to be off on you. Yeah, but it's easy. They still have your liquidity. You can do a spread, immediately sell one leg, and buy the other one. Yeah, so you can roll over like a calendar spread type quickly. Yeah. Okay. 3.1. That is not a. That's still also very neutral in the range that we've seen recently. The growth went to zero. That near that low. Okay, hold on. And 3720. Okay, all right, we're good. Let me just check something here. Data. Sometimes I do this, so you guys will also realize some things you need to do on TradeStation to understand that process and use different tools. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we got data range on the screen. Okay, we're good. Include that. Yeah, expand to that, and then boom. Okay. Okay, we're good. All right. Now, one more chart. Oh, Treasury. I'm saying two more charts. Treasury yields. Okay. The front end is fully controlled by the Fed. Very, very low. Nothing major there. But we're built up. This is 0.8 divided by 10. 0.8 for 5, 1.6 almost for 10-year, and then 2.3 for 30. The key area was 1.0. We've long passed that. A couple of months ago. Actually, this was a breakout there in the beginning of the year. Yeah, we worked to that beginning of the year. So keep watching it. Remember, the smartest guys in the room are the bond guys. Just got to know a lot of math. Let's go to this one. Let's see where we are on the number of stocks above the 200-day moving average. 1 sec, please. I'm sorry, I have a little bit of a remnants of a cold, but that's because I got run out in the morning with Admiral, taking for a walk, and it was 50 degrees this morning outside. Okay. Separations are started between the moving averages. Remember, these are 20 and 50. We're at 82. I think you're going to see a base here. We're hoping that we don't cross 70, 5 or 70. Okay, that's where I would draw a line in the sand. I know between 65 and 45, it's a very long, arduous tug of war as we get to this area. But I'm just hoping that we stay above 75 and then we'll pull back up and maybe create another divergence. I'm not against that, but I think we probably have a chance to have a new high, and that may be a good sell. Not this one, not yet. So that's that. On OTF, let's talk about what we've done overnight. This is what's going on now. Again, these are edge contracts. We watch 30 minutes because it gives us a very good read about the Two Sigma challenge. You also see the vibration, but get a read about how the big boys are looking at. This is typically their favorite thing to look at. Um, they can probably afford trading this, but remember these moves are huge. The length of the bars are billions and billions. We had Two Sigma there, and actually both of them, but we're positive here. This was a lot lower earlier this morning. Okay, so that's good. Not a lot of volume, but it's Monday. Nothing has opened yet. The charts were posted this morning. I don't think the linkage is correct. I have to double check it. I am looking on some ag stuff, but I can't get into that yet. But this is, I think, it's corn, wheat, soybean, and soy meals for another project I'm working on. This is the key thing we have finished. I think I gotta get it in the hand of Admiral for him to look at. This is the bubbles as a part of a happy expert, but added the ATR to it. Okay, this should be really red. Yeah, let me fix that. Hold on. That color should be red. Murray, what happened here? Yeah. Okay, so defaulted. Yeah, because I gotta send this out. So as well. Yeah, there we go. And the key there, we'll do a webinar on this, is that how to read these dots. That's crucial. Why? What happens when the dots are inside of a bar? What does it tell us? I've been hesitant because I want to make sure we have more data and more time looking at it for myself, so that I don't go out there and say that we're good to go. The process has been arduous, but we're good. I think we're almost there. We should work on it a little bit more. Sometime this week. I have said that last week. I know. I said it the week before. I know, but we're not going to send it out before it's time. What else? One last comment. Yesterday, or was it Friday? What we had on NQ, it was strictly not us. We changed. We checked. It was TradeStation. They were uploading daily file. Remember, there are three types of data: daily file, minute bars, and tick data. Daily files are here. This is dailies. Hold on one second, so we know. Understand that because this is could happen to you too. You need to understand what that means. This is the daily bars. Okay, this is a very fast loading. Each day you have 4 points plus volume. Open, high, low, close, and volume. Boom. You need it, comes in. That's one set of servers. The other set of servers is something like this. Minute bars. Okay, so it's 5 minute, 10 minute. It's actually built, I think, out of 5 minute bars, I think. Or is it 1 minute bar? I'm not sure. And then they immediately replicate on the fly to get to the whatever you choose other than daily or tick. So that's the second type of bars. And these load reasonably fast. But obviously all of this has to do with your speed. But tick bars are what we use for OTF. We have to. Why? Because we want to get each trade. So here, you won't be able to see each trade. You only see the open, high, low, close, and volume for 30 minutes. That's lifetime. What we want to do is be able to look at each trade. The only way you can do that is one tick. Even if you go to 2 tick, you don't have that purity. Okay, the granular depiction is not going to be there. So when you go to now, so that's the third set of servers. Now on those they have a lot of restrictions. I have one account. I'm sure that's not the one we have there on the NQ Skype, which is run on a Intel machine called NOC. On a NOC, I don't think that qualifies it, but I can get an extended look back for intraday data. I mean tick data. But there's like a handful of people have access like that because you can really kill their servers. So they don't operate that. They don't advertise it as a favor. They gave me that access. I think some of the stuff they're using themselves, some of their own people do it. And then for a period of time, they don't leave it open because you can really kill them. Now, what we found out on Friday was that the tick data was not coming in. And that's not us anymore. It's not our CPU. If you're getting other two modes, daily and intraday, that's what I'm trying to get to. If you can download the other two instantly, just open basically you open go here and say, I want a new app. Give me a chart analysis. Then you go in there and change that feed. Go in there and say, hey, I want to get a daily. Does a daily load real quickly? Boom. And go there. Boom. See that? Daily. So daily is fine. You go back there, and then you do it for the 3 tests. We need the 5 minutes. Then you go to tick data, and you say, I want 1 tick. Does it load that? Boom. Okay. See, this is 1 tick. So within that tick, if you put the volume, you can see what data is coming. You can parse it much better. Okay. This part was failing. When that failed, we know what the problem was. We had to wait. There's nothing we can do. We can bring it up to their attention and then wait for it to clear up, and it did. That was the issue we had Friday. Apologize for that. Any questions for me? Thank you, Hi, Monroe. Thank you all for joining us. We're going to do this 3 times a week, about 8:30. We're going to post it as soon as we can. And on Wednesday, we'll open it to all of our people on our list, not just current subscribers. Okay. No trades will be posted. It'll be strictly just analysis of the charts. Thank you all. Any questions for me? Anything on the chat room there? Is there a okay. Thanks, Tony, for your help and advice here. Appreciate that. Okay. All right, guys, we're finishing everything. See you in the chat room and on the NQ Skype. Bye-bye.